Hello, I've got a story for you. It's called Anansi and the Turtle. Now, Anansi is a famous character in stories from the Caribbean. Some people say he's a spider, some people say he's a man. Everybody says he's a trickster. See what you think. Anansi lived in a little cottage by the sea on the beach. He loved spending time in his kitchen, especially cooking up his favourite dish, fried yams. Oh, the smell that would come from them would make his tummy rumble and make him desperate to eat them. This was one such day when he was cooking up yams on his stove. He couldn't wait to eat them. But then suddenly he had a knock at the door. Oh no, he thought. It's going to be one of my friends. I'm going to have to invite them in and then I'm going to have to share the yams with them. I want to eat them all for myself. Well, he went to the door anyway, and sure enough, it was his friend Turtle. "Hello, Anansi," said Turtle. "Oh, it's lovely to see you. I could smell you cooking yams a mile away, and I thought, I know my friend Anansi. He'll want me to come and share them with him." And Anansi said, "Oh, yeah, that'll be lovely. Yeah, do come in. Come on in. So Turtle sat down, he got himself a plate, and he got himself a knife and a fork, ready to eat. And then Anansi looked at him and said, "Turtle, I've just realised." "Oh, you won't realise being a turtle, but in our house we have manners." "Manners? What do you mean?" "Well, things you have to do to be polite, and I'm afraid you aren't showing good manners at the moment." "Oh, why ever not?" said Turtle. "Well, you see, before you have your tea, you have to wash your hands. You haven't washed yours." "Oh, is that all?" said Turtle. "You're quite right, I should have done. I'll go down to the sea now and wash them in the sea. I'll be back in a jiffy." So Turtle went down to the sea to wash his hands. Whilst he was gone, Anansi set to work, gobbling up as many of the sweet potatoes as the yams as he could, until eventually there were none left. And he looked through the open door and he could see Turtle coming back up the beach. Oh no! What was he going to say to Turtle? How was he going to explain what had happened to the yams? Anansi came up with a plan. As Turtle came through the door, he said, "Oh, Turtle, you left the door open and a terrible thing has happened." "A terrible thing?" said Turtle. "Oh dear, I'm so sorry. What's happened?" "Well, you see, this bird came in. He was a big bird, a really big bird. No, a really big bird. He flew in through the door and he grabbed every last one of those yams and gobbled them up himself. I couldn't do anything about it. Then as soon as he'd eaten them up, he flew off." "Oh, that's funny," said Turtle. "I didn't see any bird." "Oh, he was very fast," said Anansi. "You wouldn't have seen him." "Oh dear, well that must have been horrible for you, Anansi," said Turtle. "I tell you what, why don't you come to my house for tea tomorrow instead? I'll cook you up some lovely fried seaweed." Now Anansi did love fried seaweed, not quite as much as yams, but almost as much. And he would love to go and visit Turtle and gobble up somebody else's food for once. So, "Yes, please," said Anansi, and that was agreed. He would go down tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock in his best suit and go down under the sea to Turtle's house. All that day Anansi was so excited. He got ready his favourite jacket. It had lots of different pockets, because if you've got lots of arms and hands, you need lots of pockets. At 4 o'clock he brushed himself off one last time and walked down to the beach to meet Turtle. Just as Turtle has promised, there he was, coming out of the sea. "Hello, Anansi. Oh, I can't wait to take you down to my house and have some lovely fried seaweed." "Oh, neither can I," said Anansi. "I'm so excited." Turtle said, "All you have to do is follow me." He turned around and went back into the sea. Anansi had to follow him. So he waded into the sea. It got up to his ankles, but he kept going. Got up to his kneecaps, but he kept going. Got almost to the top of his neck. And still he kept going, but Turtle was going deeper and deeper under the sea. There was nothing for it, he'd have to go under the sea too. And Anansi started to try and swim under the water. But as he did so, he floated back up to the top. He was too light, he couldn't swim to the bottom like Turtle. He just kept on floating up. Oh no! The waves pushed against him and washed him back onto the shore, onto dry land. Poor Anansi. He picked up a stone and threw it in the water. Ugh, didn't want that horrible seaweed anyway. Who eats seaweed? Picked up another one. Ugh, I don't think he ever intended to invite me in the first place. He picked up a third one. Ugh, and he was about to throw the third stone in the water when he had an idea. And instead of putting it in the water, he put it in one of the pockets of his coat. Then he picked up another stone and put that in one of his other pockets. And remember, he had a lot of pockets in his jacket. He wandered round the beach, putting stones in each of his pockets. The jacket was so heavy, but Anansi didn't mind. He kept on going, and eventually he waded out back into the sea. The sea came up above his ankles, it came up above his knees, it came up to the height of his neck. But Anansi didn't have to stop this time, because he was too heavy for the water to hold him up, and he just carried on. Through the power of magic, he waded down right under the sea, all the way to Turtle's house. He knocked on Turtle's door. Turtle opened the door. "Hello, Anansi. I've been waiting for you. What happened to you?" "Oh, I just got a bit delayed, but I'm here now," said Anansi. "So you are," said Turtle. "Come and sit down at the kitchen table. The fried seaweed's all ready for you." Anansi went and sat down, and sure enough, there was a big plate piled high with fried seaweed. Looked delicious. But then Turtle said, "Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, Anansi, I'm ever so sorry, but you see, we have manners in our house too, and I'm afraid you're not following our manners." I thought I was. I washed my hands before I came." No, it's not about that. You see, you're still wearing your coat. That's ever so rude to sit at somebody's dining table wearing a coat." "Oh, no problem," said Anansi. He took off his coat, it's a bit heavy, and he hung it up on a peg. As he did so, he felt his body getting lighter and lighter and lighter, because now there were no stones to hold him down, and the water was gradually bringing him further and further and further up. He was getting higher and higher in the water. He was getting so high he couldn't reach. He tried to reach the seaweed, but he couldn't. He got higher and higher and higher until he was on the surface of the water, and the waves washed him back again. He sat on the beach and he cried. He sat there for ages, until suddenly he saw something moving in the water. It was Turtle coming out of the water, and he had big bags full of fried seaweed. "Hello, Anansi," said Turtle. "Hello, Turtle," said Anansi. "You tricked me, didn't you? That wasn't very kind." I'm sorry about that, but I did. But friends shouldn't trick each other. Friends should be helping each other. I wanted you to learn a lesson, that to have a good friend, you need to be a good friend." "Oh, I have now learnt it," said Anansi. "Please, can I have some of your lovely seaweed?" "Of course," said Turtle. And they sat by the sea, watching the waves come in and out, and eating the seaweed for the rest of the evening till the sun went down. And Anansi always remembered the secret of being a good friend. I hope you do too. Goodbye.